The phone buzzed like a hornet trapped in my pocket, vibrating against my thigh with insistent fury. I was in the middle of the quarterly meeting, my laptop screen glowing with charts that screamed success. My success after 18 months of grinding through spreadsheets and late nights that blurred into dawn. The boardroom air was thick with a scent of stale coffee and polished leather, the kind of room where deals were sealed and futures forged. But that buzz, it sliced through the droning voice of the CFO like a knife through silk. I glanced down, discreetly pulling the phone under the table. The text from Sarah lit up the screen. "Hey big news. I'm quitting my job today. It's toxic AF. You'll take care of US while I figure things out, right? Love you, sis." 2 hearts. US. The word hit like a gut punch, sucking the air from my lungs. Who the hell was us? Sarah lived alone in that crappy apartment I helped her afford, the one with appealing wallpaper and the neighbor who blasted reggaeton at 3 a.m. Or did she? My mind reeled, fingers trembling as I typed back a quick, "What? Call me later." But the rage was already bubbling, hot and acrid, like bile rising in my throat. How dare she? After everything, the loans I'd quietly paid off, the groceries I'd stocked her fridge with, the excuses I'd made to Mom about why Sarah couldn't make it to family dinners. And now, this casual demand, tossed out like a discarded napkin. "You'll take care of us." As if I were her personal ATM. Her safety net woven from my own frayed nerves. I forced a smile through the rest of the meeting, nodding at projections I barely heard, my heart pounding a war drum in my chest. Humiliation washed over me in waves. Had I enabled this? Was I the fool who'd let her sister turn into a leech? By the time I escaped to the parking garage, the concrete echoing my footsteps like mocking laughter, the anger had crystallized into something sharper. Resentment. Pure, unfiltered. I slammed into my car, the leather seat cool against my clammy skin, and dialed her number. It rang twice before her voice chirped through, bright and oblivious. "Oh my God, you're calling already. I knew you'd be excited." Excited. My voice cracked, low and venomous, like a hiss from a cornered animal. "Sarah, what the hell? You're quitting your job. The one I pulled strings to get you. And us. Who's US?" She laughed, that tinkling sound that used to make me smile but now grated like nails on chalkboard. "Oh, come on, don't be dramatic. It's me and Jake. We're expecting. Isn't that amazing? A little niece or nephew for you." Her on-again, off-again boyfriend, the tattooed bartender with a rap sheet for petty theft and a smile that screamed trouble. Expecting. The word landed like a brick to my chest, knocking the wind out of me. I gripped the steering wheel, knuckles whitening, the city skyline blurring through the windshield as rain began to patter against the glass. Heartbreak twisted in my gut, not for her joy but for the betrayal it unveiled. She'd been planning this life, this family, while I'd been her crutch. No mention of it until now, when she needed my wallet to prop it up. "Sarah," I said, forcing calm into my voice, though inside I was screaming. "You can't just quit. What about rent? Bills? A baby needs." "That's why I have you," she interrupted, her tone wheedling like a child asking for candy. "You're the stable one, the successful sister. I've been so stressed and this job was killing my vibe. You'll help, right? Like always." Like always. The phrase ignited a firestorm in my mind. Flashbacks assaulted me. Bailing her out of that DUI at 19, covering her credit card debt when she forgot to pay, lying to our parents about her travels when she was really crashing on friends' couches. I'd done it out of love, or what I thought was love, protecting the little sister who'd lost her way after Dad died. But now, this was entitlement wrapped in familial ribbons, a betrayal that clawed at my soul. Humiliation burned hot. How many times had I sacrificed my own dreams for her? The promotion I'd just earned felt tainted, like it was all for nothing if it just fed her endless void. I swallowed the rage, tasting its bitterness. "Okay," I lied, my voice steady as steel. "We'll figure it out. Come over tonight. We'll talk." As I hung up, obsession took root. In the quiet of my car, rain drumming a relentless tattoo on the roof. I imagined her face crumpling when I said no. But no wasn't enough. Not anymore. Fantasies swirled, exposing her lies to Mom, cutting off the money tap, watching her scramble. Doubt flickered. Was I the monster here? She was family, blood. But the resentment drowned it out. I needed more. Revenge. Cold, calculated. Something that would make her feel the sting I'd carried for years. By evening, my apartment felt like a pressure cooker. The scent of takeout Thai lingered in the air, spicy and cloying, as I paced the hardwood floors, their creaks echoing my unease. The city lights twinkled outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, a mocking reminder of the life I'd built alone. Sarah arrived fashionably late, her belly just starting to show under a loose sweater, Jake in tow with his greasy hair and smirk. They plopped onto my couch like it was theirs, feet up on the coffee table I'd scrimped to buy. "So," Sarah said, popping a spring roll into her mouth, crumbs scattering like confetti, "I was thinking you could cover rent for a few months. And maybe help with baby stuff. Jake's between gigs." Jake nodded, his eyes darting to my liquor cabinet. "Yam. You're loaded now, right? That promotion." The casual greed in their voices fueled the fire. I poured wine, none for Sarah of course, and listened as they spun their tale. The job was abusive, the boss a tyrant. But between the lines I heard the truth. Laziness, excuses. My mind raced, planning. I pretend to help, lure them in deeper. Then strike. That night, after they left with promises of my support, I sat at my desk, the glow of my computer screen casting shadows like ghosts. I dug into her life, subtle at first. A quick search of her social media revealed posts I'd missed. Lavish dinners, weekends away, all while claiming poverty. Resentment morphed into obsession. How much had she taken? Thousands. More. Guilt nipped at me. Was this paranoia? But no. This was justice brewing. Over the next weeks, the slow burn began. I wired small amounts, enough to keep her hooked, while documenting everything. Emails, texts, bank statements. My inner thoughts warred. She's your sister. Blood doesn't betray like this. But then she has. And you'll make her pay. Fear crept in. What if she found out? What if revenge consumed me? Yet the resolve hardened, cold as ice. One evening, as thunder rumbled outside, shaking the windows like an omen, I uncovered the real betrayal. Going through old family papers, Dad's will, the inheritance split unevenly because Sarah had needs, I found discrepancies. Checks I'd sent her, cashed but never acknowledged. And worse, a loan in my name, forged signatures. My heart plummeted, then surged with fury. She'd stolen my identity, racked up debt in my shadow. Humiliation crashed over me. I'd been blind, the dutiful sister played for a fool. That night, in the dim light of my bedroom, sheets tangled around me like restraints I plotted. No quick cutoff. Something poetic. I'd let her build her dream on my support, then shatter it. Expose her to everyone. Family, friends, even Jake. Watch her world crumble. Moral conflict gnawed. Was I becoming the villain? But the obsession won. Revenge wasn't just wanted, it was needed. The tension built like a storm gathering force. Subtle hints emerged. I'd delay a payment, watch her panic text. Where's the money? Baby needs diapers. I'd respond sweetly, stringing her along. Inside, cold resolve settled. The pursuit had begun. The air in Mom's house hung heavy with the aroma of pot roast. A Sunday dinner ritual that now felt like a stage for my unfolding drama. It had been 2 months since Sarah's text. 2 months of me playing the benevolent sister while the noose tightened. My hands trembled slightly as I set the table, silverware clinking like chimes of impending doom. Mom bustled in the kitchen, her frail frame bent over the stove, oblivious to the storm brewing. Sarah and Jake arrived late as always, her belly now prominently rounded, a symbol of the life she expected me to fund. "Smells amazing, Mom," Sarah gushed, hugging her tightly. Jake slouched in, nodding at me with that predatory grin. We sat, the wooden chairs scraping against the linoleum floor, and conversation flowed like molasses. Slow, sticky, laced with undercurrents. "So, Sarah said between bites, her fork gesturing lazily. "That extra cash you sent last week? Total lifesaver." Jake's interview fell through, but we're good now. I smiled, teeth gritted, tasting the lie on my tongue. Of course. Family first. Inside, the obsession raged. I'd amassed evidence. Bank records showing her siphoning funds, emails to creditors using my info, even photos from her hidden Instagram account flaunting luxury she couldn't afford. Doubt had plagued me in quiet moments. Nights when I'd stare at the ceiling, heart racing, wondering if forgiveness was the better path. Guilt twisted like a knife. Dad would want unity, but resentment overpowered it. She'd betrayed me, humiliated me, turned our bond into a transaction. As dessert was served, apple pie, steam curling like whispers of secrets, I steered the talk. "Sarah, remember Dad's old safe? I was cleaning out the attic and found some papers." Her eyes flickered, a micro-expression of fear that sent a thrill through me. "Oh, what papers?" "Stuff about the inheritance. And loans." My voice was casual, but the air thickened, suspense coiling like a spring. Jake shifted uncomfortably, his chair creaking. Mom looked puzzled. "Loans? What do you mean, Emily?" I pulled out my phone, heart pounding, fingers slick with sweat. "Sarah took out loans in my name. Forged my signature. She's been using my credit for years." The room froze. Sarah's face drained of color, pie forgotten. "What? That's crazy. I would never." But I played the recordings. Voicemails she'd left begging for more, texts demanding cash. Evidence cascaded like a dam breaking. Mom gasped, hand to her mouth. Jake's eyes widened, then narrowed in accusation toward Sarah. "You did what?" he snarled, turning on her. The betrayal rippled outward, her web unraveling. Sarah's eyes met mine, wide with shock and fury. "How could you? After everything. After everything you took." I shot back, voice rising, raw anger spilling out. "You quit your job, demanded I support us, while stealing from me? That's betrayal, Sarah. Pure and simple." The argument erupted, voices overlapping in a cacophony of accusations. Mom wept, the sound piercing like shattered glass. Jake stormed out, slamming the door so hard the walls shook. Sarah followed, hurling insults. "You're jealous. Bitter spinster." But her voice cracked, revealing the heartbreak beneath her rage. In the aftermath, as Mom and I sat in stunned silence, the pie congealing on plates, guilt flooded me. Had I gone too far? The revenge tasted ashen, not sweet. But resolve held, she'd learn. Days blurred into a haze of fallout. Sarah called incessantly, alternating pleas and threats. "Fix this, Em. Jake left me because of you." I'd hang up, but doubt gnawed deeper. Was this justice or destruction? Obsession shifted to fear. What if she retaliated? The climax came on a rainy night, much like the first. My phone rang, unknown number. Answering, a man's voice growled. "You ruined her life. Now I'll ruin yours." Hey. Panic surged, but I traced the call, reported it. Police involvement escalated the suspense, my apartment feeling like a fortress under siege. Then the twist. Digging deeper for protection, I uncovered more. Sarah hadn't forged alone. Mom knew. Partial signatures matched hers. Heartbreak peaked. Double betrayal. Mom confessed tearfully. She was struggling after Dad. I helped her. To protect her. Fury morphed into cold resolve. I confronted them both, but instead of more exposure, I chose mercy's edge. Cut ties financially but offered therapy funds. Revenge's payoff. Poetic justice in their isolation, my freedom. Yet unexpected consequences lingered. Sarah miscarried under stress, blaming me in a final, gut-wrenching text. Guilt consumed, but so did liberation. In the end, betrayal's cycle broke. Not with destruction but hard-won boundaries. The suspense dissolved into quiet, the emotional storm spent, leaving scars that whispered of what revenge truly costs.